So I appreciate you all for continuing to stay consistent with coming to team meeting. Now, I want to talk about a little, some interesting things today. And I first want to just talk about the KW effect and some of the impact that KW has had on my life, I know on many of you. And really, KW is the home of the dreamers, the doers, and the entrepreneurs. Okay, we are built different. We're built for these times, these shifting markets is where KW really shines. And there's a lot that you have to tap into to be able to get the full benefits and effect of KW. So I want to just talk about who we are, because in reality, we talk about some strategies. We talk about ways to sell more real estate, to grow your business almost every week. But when it comes down to it, we know that who we are and who we're about is about the people. It's about the culture. It's about the what I'll call our mission, our vision, our values, our beliefs, and perspectives, our philosophy on how we show up in the marketplace and as an organization. Those are the things that truly matter here at KW. And of course, we can continue to improve our craft to become the best real estate organization and real estate agents for our clients. But the ultimate gift is who we're surrounded by, the atmosphere, the environment. And so I want to highlight a few of these things because for me, this is a big part of why I choose to partner with KW, is because of the way that it makes me a better person because of being in this environment. And I'd love to get some perspective after we go through a few of these. One of the things that's interesting about KW is our philosophy, and it's what we stand for. And if you look at our mission, our vision, our values, our beliefs, our perspectives, these are really, they show up in so many different areas. You've got a collaborative environment and culture where you have people, different leaders that are not in paid leadership, step up to the plate and provide value and show up consistently. You've got different communities and breakout groups that you're able to participate in to really just increase the enjoyment, the fulfillment, the fun of this space, because you can kind of be on your own island in the real estate space. Would you guys agree with that? Okay, you can kind of be siloed in this industry. And one of the cool things about our culture is just how collaborative it is. Many of you in this room are either on your own journey as a solo agent, or maybe some of you are on the team, but the reality is we're all one unit, we're all one team. And that provides so much energy and value in this business. And really the KW, I would say the driving force behind KW is the people. It's the atmosphere of a productivity-based environment. It's being able to rely on different individuals stepping in to be a support and a structure for you in your business and your life, and really the immense amount of value. So we're going to go through some of those things today, but I'd love to know just maybe 2 or 3 shares of people who have been positively impacted by the KW culture and atmosphere. Trent?
Yeah, I've been an agent since 2008, and I've been at several different brokerages. In fact, I interviewed here like 6 years ago and made the wrong choice.
It was Johnny. Johnny just didn't work out.
I don't think I found Johnny, but anyway, I've just really loved, like you said, the culture's been fantastic, and I love the values and the things that are taught here. I'm growing, I think, at a faster pace than I have at any point in my career, and I just love being here. I'm really grateful for all of you and your contributions. So
that's awesome. Thank you, Trent. Appreciate that. Got Dave and Peter.
Yeah, so I came to KW in 2013, and I think that the collaborative nature of our culture is something that I'm grateful for, but it also kind of surprised me, because real estate's kind of dog eat dog, and I won't mention names, but there are brokerages out there that if someone finds your listing agreement on the printer, they're going to go over to that house and try and get that listing. Here, if someone finds your listing agreement on the printer, they're going to be like, hey, someone left the listing agreement on the printer, and try and find you, right? And would you like to know help with an open house this Saturday? You know, so that collaboration I think is huge because it makes all of us better. So.
Love that. Thank you, Dave. Now, Dave, you're not a KW agent.
I am not. I wasn't aware red today, but so I'm not a KW agent. I am with Edge Homes. I've been there for like 8 years, right around there, and I've been coming to KW for probably about that same amount of time. But in addition to that, I go to a lot of different brokerages. I sit at a lot of different places on a weekly basis. So kind of seeing real time what other places are doing. And I mean, by far, if I were just to compare and contrast, KW has the most community and collaboration that I've seen. When you think about every one of us has our own business. I mean, I'm kind of the same way. I am an agent, but my brokerage doesn't really do anything for us, so we're all just kind of individual. But when we think about like how we grow, it's all about connecting with others. And the more you can connect with others, the more you grow your business. Either your personal investments, either collaborating to find other ways of networking, of attracting leads, of all those kind of things. And the more you're in a space where people have like-mindedness, like this area is, the more you're going to succeed. And other brokers I go to, they might even have bigger numbers than KW, but I rarely see people come to like sales meetings, and I rarely see people interacting, and they're not in the office, and they're just not. And what I see here is people talking to each other, people building each other up, and I think that's the recipe for success.
Appreciate that, Dave. Thank you so much. And if you do need an Edge agent, that is, he's a rock star. So he's been with KW for a long time. Courtney.
Yeah, I joined KW about, I don't know if it was 3 or 4 years ago. And when I was looking for another brokerage, I was really happy where I was at, but I didn't really feel like I was growing. I felt like the people who I was surrounded with, there were a few really great rock stars, but like that was it. And I really wanted to be in a place where there were a lot of people who were thriving and making money in the business. And I wanted to be surrounded by that. And when I made the decision to move over here, my business tripled. Just because I was in a room like this with people like you who are working hard, willing to roll up your sleeves and go to work, and willing to share. I've never been at a brokerage where the culture is like this, where people are willing, like what Peter said, willing to help out and not like steal from. One of our first, we went to a thing where Red Sign team, I mean, they're like one of the biggest teams in the state, and they were willing to just open up their book of business and show us everything and how to make a mega team. And no one has ever done that before at any other brokerage that I was at. And I really appreciate the people who I get to work with here, and for the culture that I think all of us strive to keep up. So
That's awesome. Thank you, Courtney. I think the ultimate reality, I could probably speak for all of us in this room. Most of us are here because of the environment, because of the people, the culture, the atmosphere. That just leads us to, selling more real estate is just a byproduct. And that's part of the reality that I want to talk about is, how does this actually show up in the marketplace? Because ultimately we're number one in almost all categories that actually matter. And this is at a national level, but also here in the state of Utah, which is pretty awesome. So some of the awards from the last couple of years, one that I think is really cool, obviously being number one in Real Trends 500, number one real estate franchise brand, top franchises for veterans. We're rated the number one workspace for women, which is awesome. And this is not just real estate, this is cross industries. 2023 NAR 30 under 30, Realtor Magazine, Fortune, a bunch of individuals that have named KW as the place to be when you're selling real estate. And what this, really impacts is helping you to sell as much as possible, right? Which is the end goal, is how do you help produce at the highest level and make sure that you're hitting your financial goals. One of the cool things to look at is trends here in Utah specifically. So from a market share perspective, we sell more real estate than anybody out there. And when it comes to the KW impact, right, what we create here just allows you to show up and be able to support your clients at the highest level possible. I did block out both Edge, sorry Dave, and DR Horton. They don't really count. They're not really our competition. So it is a pretty big gap between us and the next competitor. And it is because of these resources that we put in front of you, the trainings, the support, which we're going to go through and talk about today. Now, I do want to shift gears a little bit and talk about some of the upcoming adjustments and improvements that are happening with KW. We're going to talk about one of the adjustments to the membership fee. We're going to talk about some of the new services being offered, some of the upgraded resources that you're going to be able to take advantage of, and ultimately how bright the future is and some of the things that are coming down the pipeline. Now, one thing that I'll share with you is when I stepped into this role 2 years ago, for those of you who were here at the time, one of the commitments I made in January of 2022 is I said my ultimate goal was to leave this place better than I found it. And I am sad to say today that this is my last day I'm just joking, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. They didn't know, so they almost had a heart attack. I'm kidding, joking. I'm not done, okay? I'm not leaving. No, we are going to go through a lot of the cool things that we have added, though, over the last 2 years. It's been a fun journey. And what I will say is that we're not finished. We're just getting started. There's a lot of cool things that are happening that we're putting together to make this the best place for you. So KW membership fee adjustment. Starting February 1st, KW is increasing the free fee from $55 to $75. And this is in support of sustaining and amplifying the quality of services that we can provide to our agents, okay? Really, when it comes down to it, we want to provide as much value as possible to help you produce at the highest level possible. And starting next month, again, this membership fee will go from $55 to $75. The additional funds will be directly reinvested, okay, this is important, into enhancing the resources that we can provide to help you grow your business, including marketing, MOFers, which we're going to kind of go through. We'll show you some of these things that we have available, some of the tools, technology, and training that's going to support you through this shifting market. Now, I do want to acknowledge that there's going to be no change, okay, this is also very important, there's no change to our cap structure. Okay, we have not raised the fee for the past 20 years since we opened the doors. That is something huge to talk about that a lot of other brokerages cannot state. So we are not changing the cap. The $15,000 cap is still staying the same. There's no change there. So upgrades made in 2022, we're going to kind of go through a 2 years in review and kind of go through some of the things that you have access to. A lot of these things are actually as of late that you may not even know that you have the ability to tap into. So the question I want you to ask is, what am I not taking advantage of that can help me grow my business and become more efficient in 2024? So we're going to go through a lot of slides, a lot of different things that you have access to. Please be aware of what am I not currently using that I need to implement and integrate into my business. Does that sound good? So let's cruise through this together, and then I'm going to have some team members come up in a moment as well and talk about some of these things. In the last year and a half, one of the cool things that we did is we actually expanded our footprint here in Utah Valley. And with the opening of KW Excellence, KW Cedar Valley, and KW Acadia. And we have some amazing partners that run those branches. Courtney is here today. I know Peter was obviously here, partner in the Excellence branch. Courtney and Ben operate and own the Cedar Valley branch in the Eagle Mountain area. And then Amy Kendall is the owner of the Acadia branch. So amazing individuals that really add a lot of value and support to the KW environment. For those of you who've connected with any of them, they have so much wisdom to offer, which is really cool how they show up. KW Cares. This is one that I think is the difference maker as well, with partnering with a business who actually cares about the community, about giving back, about supporting other people. Ultimately, one of the things that Gary says is that money is good for the good it can do. Okay. There's, one way, the old way of financial kind of advice is like, make as much money as possible, get as rich as you can. And there's really kind of this drawback in that kind of energy, is that it gets your eye off the ball of what really matters, which is what is the impact that you're having and you're leaving on the people that you care about most, right? Whether that's your family unit, your community, and people within this organization. And so KW Cares, one of the things that's really cool with KW Westfield Cares, so just for clarity, there's KW Cares International, but then there's KW Westfield Cares, which is our office. Okay, so there's two different entities there. And with KW Westfield specifically, we've raised $241,000 since 2019 and provided grants in the amount of $167,000 since that timeline. So whenever tragedies happen, we show up. We help our people. As many of you know who've been here for the last year, we had a tragedy in our office with one of our good friends, Mason, passing away last year, and we were able to support and step in and help his family. And roughly $30,000 we were able to contribute to help them through that hard time. But there's been so many different stories, and I know some people in this room may have been directly impacted, where we've had the ability to be able to pay for a young baby's funeral. We've been able to show up when people are sick, provide meals, and so this money goes directly back to our agents here in this office. On the national level, KW provides support all around the world. And so this is one of the most impactful charities out there. Total assistance awarded in just 2022 was $6.4 million. So that's just in one year. And total grants given, 733 closings that supported KW Cares. So whenever you have a closing, you can elect to contribute $20 or $30, $40, $50, whatever you'd like, towards this impact, towards this cause. And you can either elect KW International or you can select our office individually. Our funds stay local, so they support agents in this office, whereas the international charity goes nationwide, worldwide, really. So it's a culture of giving and lives worth living, and that's our ultimate focus. So training, education, and resources. So here's some things that, again, be aware of the things that you didn't know about that you should start taking advantage of. So about 3 months ago, this was updated. Has anybody been on the KW Connect Learning Series yet? Sweet. Okay, a few of you. I want you to go check it out. This is going to revolutionize how you're able to kind of self-educate yourself through building your business, but also building wealth. They have so many different categories and classes on here. So you log into Command, and then right here in the center, you'll see this Connect button. When you click that, you have Learning Home, which is kind of, they're showcasing the most up-to-date new trainings that they've added. But the important one is going to be the Browse All. Okay, so you're going to hit Browse All, and then it's going to show you by category all of these different areas of your business, life, and wealth that you can focus on. From wealth building series to lead generation to marketing to customer support, everything's on here. And what you can do is actually create your own learning kind of plan. So your growth plan for the year. So you can go select these trainings, put a bookmark on it, and when you click My Learning, all of those trainings that you bookmarked are going to show up in your schedule, which is really cool. And so we're not just a real estate company. We are a training company. We want to help you thrive at the highest level possible. So that is currently available for you. Obviously, within the office, we're consistently providing trainings and support. If you actually grab our training calendar from the front desk, we look to have a training almost every day. And that ranges for anybody who's just getting started in the business to those who have grown a big business and they're just wanting to scale or buy back their time. We're being very strategic on the trainings that we put on that calendar. One of the things that I think is very unique about the KW value proposition is how focused we are at helping you to obtain financial freedom. Ultimately, if you look at the goal of selling real estate, it should be to obtain financial freedom, to be able to build your own exit strategy. For most of you, you're not going to do this for 80 years. Okay, everybody has an expiration date. So whether that's 30 years, 25, 3 years, whatever it is, let's build a plan that actually allows you to step out of the industry at some point in a really healthy way where you have passive income continuing to come to you. And so, things like tax strategies, real estate investing, legacy planning. Obviously, we have one coming up this Friday, and this would be one great one to take advantage of. I kind of shared with you about this a couple weeks ago. This is a little sneak peek at some of the stuff we put together. There's over 100 slides that Johnny and I have spent almost a month and a half preparing and putting this together. And we're going to go through a lot of cool things. We're actually going to show case studies from our own investments. We're going to get into spreadsheets, the stuff that we use personally, that we've been developing over the last decades individually. And so collectively, we have about 20 years of experience when it comes to investing in wealth building.
Does somebody have to be an agent from our office to attend, or can we invite outside people to attend?
So we're doing this event later this year, roughly $500 to $1,000 price point. This $97 was exclusive to KW agents. If you have like a family member or close friend, that's fine, but don't put it on social media or anything like that. But yes, if you'd like to bring a family member or friend, that's totally fine. Yep. Yeah, no problem. Great question. Cool. Yeah, we're excited about this. It's going to be a great event, and we'll have a ton of deliverables, things that you're going to actually walk out with. So it's not just a class, it's actually a workshop. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Friday this week. So you all have that little flyer, so feel free to register if that's something that's on your goals for this year, is really getting your foundation put in place. Now, do not feel like you have to have $100,000 to start investing, okay? We're going to start from the basics as far as where do you get started? How do you actually just build the foundation? How do you get your personal finances in order to where you can focus on the wealth building side 2, 3, 4 years down the road? And so we will go through a few different fundamentals there. So MOFers, this is something that, who was in the Uncommon Business Bootcamp back in fourth quarter? Cool. So we kind of talked and dabbled on these things in that time frame. And what we're doing is that we're actually expanding this, and then we're making it accessible to everybody. So MOFers stands for Make an Offer for Immediate Response. The old way of real estate marketing was saying, hey, look at my new listing. Hey, look at my open house. Hey, I just sold this, which is good. Okay, there's like the good, better, and best of marketing. The best marketing that I've found is actually marketing solutions to the most common problems for consumers today. Meaning finding out what challenges are buyers, sellers, investors facing today, and what solutions can I provide to them? What solutions can I market to them? And so what we're going to do as an office is actually provide you with MOFers where you have a library, and everybody we know has different kind of clientele that they focus on or different niches or areas of their business. And so you'll find a wide variety of options to be able to market, from investors to first-time home buyers to listings. So we're going to build the marketing for you, and you can just go ahead and replicate it, rip it off and duplicate, put your marketing on there as far as your headshot, but everything as far as the templates, the emails, all that stuff will be ready to go. So you can just copy, paste, send, make it super easy for you to do business in 2024. So we'll be showcasing this in some upcoming team meetings to actually show you how to use it, how to access it, and tap into those resources. But there's going to be some really cool stuff that will allow you to generate more business this year. Last year, we reinvented our website. Okay, we had a website that was built in like 1993, was that right? And so we went through and updated that to give you more power behind the wall. So if you don't have your login information, stop by the front desk. We can get you situated and squared away with getting logged in. But this is where it's kind of a one-stop shop for all the resources that you need to tap into. And you can go access all the forms that we have that Dean's put together. That's been super helpful. So you have important documents, you have training calendar, you have transaction coordinating that you can go ahead and select right on there. Marketing services is there. If you need a KPA done for yourself or for somebody else, you can actually request that right on our website. And so if you are in the hiring, kind of dynamic of your business, the KPA is such a powerful tool. The Market Center, we actually pay for that monthly. So it's $500 a month is what we pay just to retain access to that. You can use unlimited uses of the KPA. So that's the Keller Personality Assessment. And what it does is it goes through and shows you how you might, or somebody else that you're hiring, might do in a specific role within the real estate space. So from a buyer's agent to a listing specialist to an ISA to front desk, everything that you can think of that's tied to the real estate space, transaction coordinator, all those different things, it talks about how somebody might do in that role. So it's always smart to, when you're hiring, do a KPA on the individual, and it will actually walk you through what questions should you ask during the interviewing process. When they answer this, how do you actually respond? So it's actually very helpful when just guiding you through the hiring process as well. And then if you're doing it for yourself, it actually is very helpful to just understand your own personality. So understand how you should do business. And so that's a great resource. And then those who speak another language, if you don't know, and if you don't speak another language and you run into a client who needs support with a different language, this is a great resource. Bibiana, is Bibiana in here? Okay, she is. So she did an awesome job helping us with this last year. She's the ALC chair for equity and inclusion, and she put together a list of agents in our office that speak different languages, from Portuguese to Spanish to French. And so if you have a client that needs help with a specific language, you can actually reach out to one of those agents and they'll help facilitate that transaction, which is super helpful to make sure that your client gets the best experience. KW Westfield Hot Links, how many of you have used this so far? How many of you have no clue what KW Westfield Hot Links is? It's okay, be honest. We won't shame you, Rob, okay? The reality is, so cool thing, we launched this in July of 2023, so last year, about 7-8 months ago. And since then, we've had 1,571 uses of this platform. So this is meant to be a one-stop shop because we announce things consistently here at the office as far as new tools you have access to, the MOFers. Well, how do I find those MOFers again, right? It can be a little bit much to remember where all these things are. So whenever we announce new things, we actually put them right on our hot links, which you have QR codes throughout the office you can just scan, and it pulls up one little page where you can actually click on any of these links and it will take you to the resources that you're looking for. So whether that's our training calendar, whether it's our YouTube channel, whether it's getting help with our transaction coordination side of the business, KW Command 66-day challenge, who to contact for support. Well, who do I reach out to for my payments, right? Or who do I reach out to for this? If you actually click that, it will tell you who you should reach out to for different questions. So there's just so much on here. We also launched, I'll actually go to that one in a second, but our official KW Westfield YouTube page. How many of you have gone to this? Okay, how many of you are going to start going to it in 2024? Okay, we put all of the high value trainings and resources on this YouTube channel. Okay, there's no password needed. You literally just type in KW Westfield on YouTube. We have over 300 videos on there from trainings that we've done. We've got Lee Stern listing series on there, which that should be something you pay for. It's that good. And for those of you who know Lee Stern, she is a rock star, an absolute powerhouse. And so being able to go back and say, wait, how did she say that? Okay, she created the #1 team in the state. Okay, and they do consistently 400 to 500 units a year. So they know what they're doing. And she says, here's my secrets. Here's how you take more listings. So I'd go put that on repeat and say, how does she word her listing presentation? How does she actually get the ERS signed and use that as a framework? There's wealth building series. These are all broken down. You can actually click on playlists right here, and we actually categorize them for you. So if you're looking for wealth building, or if you're looking for team meetings, or if you're looking for listings, those kind of things, it's all segmented, which makes it very easy to navigate. We launched the playbooks, and the playbooks are what helps you to implement a new strategy into your business step by step. So what Gary did in the KWRI team is they went and interviewed agents across the country, and they actually went and took their exact step-by-step strategies and put them into playbooks. And so instead of you trying to say, well, how do I actually start sending an email newsletter? They have a 30-page guide that shows you step-by-step what technology do you use, what kind of information should you put in your email newsletter to deliver the best impact to your clients. If you want to focus on online lead generation and add that to your strategy this year, why not do it at the highest level possible by studying the greats that have done it? And things like social media, mortgage hacks. Who's looked at the mortgage hacks playbook? So that's probably the one thing that I would encourage you doubling down on this year. We know the interest rate environment, even though it's come down a little bit, that's still the #1 concern for people is affordability. This gives you 8 different strategies that you can explain to clients to help them move forward in this market. Okay, so being very tactical around using a 2-1 buy down or using seller financing. So it has instructions and also how you explain it. How can I explain a 2-1 buy down or seller financing to a client, right? So it's all in those playbooks, which again, go to our hot links, scroll down, click playbooks, and it'll take you right to the Google Drive that has all this in it for you. KW culture. So these are some additional pieces that are important when it comes to just who we are and what we stand for. KW distributes profit share every single month on the 21st of the month. And we've profit shared over 1.7 billion in distributions, okay, which is wild. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's more than McDonald's does on profit share, right? Okay, so the reality is whenever income comes in the door, just understand our structure, 48% we actually pay back to our profits, we pay back to our agent base every year, or every month. Okay, that's a big deal. And so KW Westfield specifically, we've actually given back 1.8 million since 2010, okay, which is pretty awesome. We do have K-Score, which is Keller Williams Successful Career Opportunities in Real Estate. And this is if you have clients, you have family members, you have friends who've said, I think I want to get into real estate. We can actually help them. We can provide a scholarship so that we cover the cost of them going through real estate school now, okay, which is really cool. So we can connect them to Susie, and she'll make sure that they get taken care of all the way through the process. So that actually helps you with growing your profit share as well. We've got career nights every month, and this is something where, again, if you have somebody who raises their hand, a family member or friend, and they want to know a little bit more about what it looks like to be in real estate, you can send them to our monthly career night, and Angie and Susie do an awesome job at just guiding them on what a day in the life of a real estate agent actually looks like. We want them to actually know the reality before going and spending 120 hours of their life going through real estate school. Because oftentimes people don't know what they're getting into, so we'd love to pre-frame that and just kind of add some context before they invest their valuable time in that process. So I'm going to bring some team members up and have them kind of share a few of these additional pieces as we wrap up the next 10 to 12 minutes. So Nova Lee, she's our financial wizard. Okay, that is her name. Cool. Thank you.
And I love it when I have to speak. So financial is kind of my realm at the Market Center. And she leaned over and asked me if she could give her profit share back so that I would turn the heat up. Because it's my job to keep expenses low so that we can give them most money back in profit share. So I promise you, I'm not keeping the office cold so that I can keep expenses low. That's.
We said it there on purpose.
Although keeping expenses low is part of my job. And I am really good at it. And so that was funny. And we are an open book company. That means anyone could come in and say, hey, Nova Lee, let me see the P&L, and I'm willing to show you. We'll walk through it line by line. Because we model the systems that we want our agents to use, and we want you to follow the model of the KW MREA and know your numbers. So I will show you mine, you show me yours, right? We do keep expenses low in order to give the most amount possible back in profit share. We train and consult on financial systems for running your business, from creating entities to understanding financial statements. I teach Market Center financials. I will help you set up your entity. I will review your books. I'll help you set up your books of anything like that. If it's numbers, I like it. And I will talk about it all day. Apparently, other people don't get into that at the same level that I do. Somebody pointed that out to me yesterday. So I apologize if I drone on about them when you come in and meet with me. And I'm obsessed with the report section on mykw.com to the level that would probably annoy people. And somebody pointed that out to me yesterday too. If you come in my door and ask me for a number, I'm going to say, guess what? There's a report for that. And that's probably where it's located. If you go to this section, it will tell you anything you could ever want to know about your business other than financial, because those numbers are not input into that section. But the listings, it'll tell you who your sellers are from 5 years ago. If you worked here 5 years ago, it'll tell you anything that you really needed to know production based in this section. It will tell you your profit share from 5 years ago, if you ever wanted to know that. And I can walk you through this system if you would ever like me to help you with that. So just come see me.
So how much do you charge for these services, Nova Lee?
I don't anything.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Awesome. And I will just say the multi-year trends are a game changer. So for some of you, you've seen those, especially ALC members. We go through those. We provide those for you every month. But you can go on at any time and see the trends, the history of your business, how it's grown or shifted over time, which is really cool.
And Shoni missed this part, but we've given back $1.8 million in the last 13 years in profit share to agents in the Market Center, because I do keep expenses really low.
Did I miss that part?
Did you say?
You two were talking over there. Yeah.
That's when she asked. What?
Everybody clapped. You didn't notice?
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. But I still think that number is worth celebrating. $1.8 million is a lot of money.
Yes.
That's a lot of money. So, yeah.
And just real quick, coming in 2024, a lot of these really important reports will actually be on the command dashboard as well. So you won't have to reach out to Nova Lee or to Trevor to ask how close you are to capping, or how many units you've closed. It'll all be in command for you to display. So we're looking forward to that as well.
Totally. Yeah, even if you're not using command on the CRM side, you will want to use it for reporting on your business, which will be really cool. So awesome. We've got to give a hand for this awesome group, ALC. This truly is one of the gifts of being partnered with KW, is having an agent leadership council This is actually who runs the office. They put me up here as the face, but behind the scenes, just so you guys know, all of the cool things that we've integrated and added to KW the last 2 years has been recommendations from our valued ALC members. They don't get paid for this. They do it because they love this community. And so it's so awesome to be able to see a lot of the cool ideas and inspiration that they provided come through and show up in our KW ecosystem. So thank you so much, ALC. Our culture is also just top agents being willing to give back, being willing to share resources. Our Ignite class is completely run by our top 20% agents who want to teach and share their best practices, which is such a cool dynamic that a lot of brokerages just don't have access to. We have a culture of giving back. And so most of our top people say, hey, I was new one time. I had to sell my first house or my second house at one point. So I'm willing to help somebody else that's starting new in their journey, which is really cool. And then of course we have, rock stars who come and share in team meeting and provide a ton of value on how to navigate your business at the next level. Our market center facilities. So just having an awesome space to come and work in, right? We have a ton of free area or open space day area that you can pop in and work at, collaborate with. And then obviously we have this training room. Just imagine if we all had to do this on Zoom, which no offense to those who are on Zoom right now, but it is nice to be able to see people face to face, right? To shake hands and be able to connect and collaborate, which is really, really nice. And I hear that we have the cheapest colored prints on the block. Is that right? Is that Angie that pointed that out? That is. Yes. Yes. So we're putting Office Max out of business or Office Depots. Yes, 200 free prints per month, but then obviously you got some great low cost on the color copies. One thing that's new today, we're just announcing, and Susie's been working on this for a couple months now. We are happy to say in ALC, this was inspiration from them. We've put together a robust and awesome vendor, trusted vendor list for you. So this is something that you can actually print out. If you want to share it with your clients and use it as a way to reach out, you can. If you just want to have, if a client's like, hey, do you know a plumber? Do you know an electrician? Do you know a painter? Do you know a home cleaner? Do you know a carpet cleaner? Any of those random things that they ask about, you can say, yes, I do. And so you have this list. What was that? It's ready to roll. It's available. This is an actual screenshot of both of them. And so we have it on an Excel spreadsheet or a Google sheet, but also this printed format that you'll be able to print. Yes, Mary. Getting on the list or receiving the list? Perfect. Susie actually runs our vendor program. So just, Susie, raise your hand. There we go. So just connect with Susie. And if you do have people, and we do try to limit the different categories. I don't know if we have anybody in that category yet, but we go ahead and we do go through kind of an interview process just to make sure that we put the right people on this list. And so Susie will help navigate that. Yeah, great question.
You can also put these on your command website, on your consumer-facing website
Yes.
too. So
Yeah.
go right to your website and find it.
Totally. Yeah. So that's a new feature is you can actually build it right on your website, which is really cool. Okay. Our WhatsApp community, who's jumped on this? Who's been a part of this? Okay. This is honestly, I think one of the coolest things the last year that we've added. Every one of these screenshots, this is in our opportunities channel. We have different groups that you can join. One of them is called opportunities. It's where you share open house opportunities or, hey, I need a showing. I need some help here. Every single one of these, except for this top one here, all of these, somebody said, I need an open house or I need a showing, and somebody answered within 1 minute. 1 minute. Give them a hand. That's awesome, right? This one was 10 minutes, so that was a slow poke. It took 10 minutes for them to get some help, but all these other ones, 1 minute turnaround time for finding somebody to do your open house or do your showing, which is really awesome. Jump on there if you're not already. Again, all these things I'm sharing, including the vendor list, hot links. Go to our hot links page. It's going to be there. You have access to everything we're showing. A curated education calendar. We have the best training calendar in the state. I'm very confident of that. There's no questions about that. And so everything from real estate basics to real estate investing to building your business development, all those kind of things are put on our calendar. And if you have feedback on what you'd like us to put on there, please let us know. So we're going to wrap up with these. We're going to bring these partners up all at one time. So Dean, got Jeanette, got Sydney, come on up. Hunter, come on up here. And Dean, we'll give you the mic first.
It's a red mic. Don't know if I can deal with it. I just put these up here. Just those of you that worked with other brokerages, how easy access, Rob can't answer this because he was his own broker, but how easy was it to get a hold of your broker? Honestly, some brokerages super easy. I've literally had people say, you guys cost too much. And I get that. And I'll say, great. Who are you thinking of working with? I'm working with brand X. I've said, great. Call the broker in my office, and they pick the phone and call. Oh, it went to voicemail. Okay, not a problem. I pick up my phone. I call that broker. He answers the phone. And it's because if you're trying to reach your broker and you have, I say, hard questions like that, you actually have access to a broker that will return your calls or a text. I may be in meetings, and I meet a lot of times. So I'll get with you as soon as I finish my current commitment. That means someone's in my office or I'm on the phone with someone. And so I promise you, you're going to hear back from me. We have a seller financing process. We have a lease option process that will help you in your business. You go to our website. There's the whole process to sell and list a mobile home legally in the state of Utah. Those are things that we put together. I don't know if any of you reads my newsletters. I put that out every week. I think it's fun. Sometimes there'll be something that's quirky as well, but I have a couple of mortgage lenders that will send me information as well. But I want you guys to know what's going on. And that's part of my job, is to keep up with what's happening in the industry so that it helps you out. You have access to addenda clauses to make sure that you're not trying to reinvent the wheel. Please don't write law and do that. Also, I don't know how other brokerages work, even in the KW family. Don't we do E&O differently in other places? Some people, I think they just charge us like, okay, everybody pays $100 or
Some
$200
charge monthly, yeah.
a month, whatever. It's $15 a transaction side, and so we're trying to do it that way. Anyway, I have a couple of years experience in the business, and I'm not 12 to keep learning, but it's all about relationships. So anyway, I hope that's of value to you guys.
Give them a hand. Yes.
I think his counseling services are the best, though.
Awesome. We've got Susie.
I'm back. Hey, so I am the director of growth here. We talked a little bit about recruits. So I'm a seeker of talent. So if you guys know somebody you're working with that you think is just amazing and needs to be here, let me know. If you have someone who gets their license or wants to get their license, let me know. And then I can interview them, see if they're a good fit for us. We also do career nights. We talked about that as well. The vendor program. So if you have an incredible vendor that you work with that we need to know, please come and talk to me. That way we can build out that program and you have resources. So there's nothing better when your client calls and, hey, my garage door broke. Who do you know? And to be able to get somebody that's already been used by another agent, they know they're good, and it's a great value resource for them and stuff. So let me know if you have any of them. Would love to get some on our list to help you guys facilitate what you need for the rest of the year. So. So one thing that I love about KW is that I think as a staff, they're always looking for ways to provide things to you guys as agents that you guys need. So obviously that kind of worked out good for me because that's why I'm here. But so transaction coordinating, as I said before, I've done this for about 7 years. I can write contracts for you. I'm licensed here in the office. So you can come talk to me in person, which I think is really great. So I just have a lot of experience in writing addenda and having all of Dean's stuff right on hand so that we're making sure that it's legal and all of that stuff too. So I think the biggest thing for me though is that I'll have your file submitted for review and payment to you quickly. So when you're closed, as soon as your check is here, your file is going to be ready to go.
One of the things my clients like the most, no offense to those Android users, Dean, and Danette puts us in a group text with our clients at the start of a transaction, which is so nice. And they love seeing that blue bubble come through. So sorry, Dean, close your ears.
Hello. Oh, hi, I'm Sydney. I'm the director of marketing. I'm new, if you haven't met me. I'm at the front desk, but fun fact about me, I'm actually in my last semester and I am getting my degree in graphic design and marketing. So, we have some really awesome packages for you. We have new listing marketing, monthly marketing, which is a newsletter and 4 social media posts. And by the way, we do have a February newsletter ready to go out. So if anybody's interested in that, come see me. And then we have our free marketing templates, buyers and listing presentations. And I have all of that up at the front desk and I emailed it out to everybody. So if you're interested in any of that, come see me.
Awesome. Give her a hand. Okay, we'll fly through these last ones because this is actually some cool things that are that we're announcing today. So drum roll for the last part.
Yeah,
okay?
yes. We won't take too long. We won't
We're
take
still
too long.
today.
So I just want you guys to know you have so many resources available to you on the technology side. Okay. Now, I think we all know that Command, when it initially came out, it wasn't the platform that we were all hoping for. If you have not been in it recently, I'm telling you, it is the best. I mean this, it is the best CRM platform in the real estate space. I've been in 3 other ones and I'm currently, working through other ones. And I promise you, I do think that Command is the most versatile, most user-friendly, easiest to use, most powerful tool you can use. I want to highlight a couple of features. The agent branded website. So those were just recently updated. They were great before, they're even better now. Really powerful tool. People can come in here, shop all sorts of real estate. It also IDXs directly from every MLS in the entire country. So if you didn't know that, you can actually shop in real time homes in any state. So I think that's super powerful, especially as you're connecting people to referral partners. Let's see. Also, the Command mobile app is super powerful. It's branded KW. It's got your face. It's got your name. It's got your logo. And again, pulls from in real time directly from the MLS. I think this is super powerful.
So if you're not part of the St. George MLS,
correct.
What should you do?
If you're not part of the St. George MLS, how are you going to shop real estate there? Perfect. Get on here. It'll have it. So pulls directly from the MLSs. I think that's super cool. And again,
or anywhere in the nation. Yes.
Yeah. Well, you're in
Yes.
Or if you're looking for $1 houses in Detroit, you can hop on here too.
Yeah.
So we did that. We did that when we were there. The other thing too, I think is really cool. If you don't know how this actually works, is your client, if they're liking homes or creating categories, and you want to make sure you help them learn how to use the app, and when we can talk about that, but in real time on your agent side, you can see what houses they're liking, what homes that they're looking at. Okay, so this helps you have a lot more insight, and I just think gives a lot of power to your business. So definitely utilize the website and the app, and we'll talk about it if you need any help. One other platform that is a technology that we've offered is Earnest. Who here's used Earnest? So useful, right? So I don't think we need to talk into depth about that, but super useful platform for sending earnest money. We also have a very vast referral network. If you guys didn't know, Keller Williams is the largest real estate company in the world, right? We have the most associates, and we got a lot of rockstar agents. So if you're looking for someone to sell a house to a client in a different area, get on here, connect with them. So even again, if Command isn't your primary platform, right, utilize this tool, okay?
I think really quick on that is you can literally search for any location and it will pull all the agents in that area, and you can go ahead and see their production and be able to, you'll have their contact information and everything, and you can send the referral, the contact information of your client directly to them through Command. And they won't actually see the contact info until they accept the referral agreement, which is pretty cool. But being able to connect to anywhere in the nation instantly is awesome.
Yeah, great. Renelle?
Say really quick, that's how I found KW Westfield. Is my cousin who lives in New York. I told her I was looking at a couple of different KW things because I'd already decided I want to be with KW, and she actually pulled it up and looked at the stats and everything, and that's how we came to KW Westfield.
That's awesome.
Clay, do you have something to say?
Paying extra for designations like KW Land, KW Luxury, or KW Commercial, this is the way to get
Yeah.
it up because you can search by tag. I haven't received a lot of referrals, but the few referrals I have received from this, they specifically say because I have the KW Commercial and the KW Luxury tag on my name. So if you have that tag, this is the place to track.
Totally. Yeah. It shows them right on the profile.
Super powerful.
Yeah. Last piece.
Just mention this too. Make sure once they agree to it. Once they agree to your referral stuff, do sign a referral agreement. Get your broker to sign it. Don't just say, "Oh, I'm just trusting them," and then You have
Totally.
nothing.
Super easy process to receive referral checks though through our systems. The other thing that I don't have a slide on here, but also as a KW associate, you have unlimited Google Drive storage. If you didn't know, talk to me. You have that. You also have a full DocuSign account, right? Both of those platforms cost about $20 a month by themselves. So super powerful there. Last thing we'll talk about, just as far as platforms go, if you were interested in shopping other platforms, right? So to be a member of KW, $75 a month moving forward. These are the cost of seats at other brokerages and or other platforms. So just so you're aware, all the value, you can go through this in depth, and I'd be happy to talk to you all of the features that Command has. I genuinely do believe it is the most robust for, what most agents are looking for.
And this is just really cool to compare against other technology out there. KW has been on a mission the last 4 years to make this the most robust platform possible. And I know we weren't there 2 years ago. It was kind of like having AOL as your email, right? People didn't want it. But now it's like we are the best on the planet when it comes to technology and supporting agents' businesses. So make sure if you used it a couple years ago, you check out what source or resources and tools it has now. That's so different than it was even 6 months ago.
Yeah, I genuinely believe it's going to be one of our biggest tools for bringing on new talent, just because we have so much excitement, the right people in place to grow our technology. What's really cool too is our data is our data too. I love that KW is the one behind it. So that all the contacts that you put in there, that belongs to
And
you.
we say our data, your data.
Your
So
data.
KW doesn't take your data, which is awesome.
But we're a collective
Yeah.
us. The other thing too, live training. So scan the QR code later. KW RI puts on trainings every single day, basically, on different training categories that you can go in and tap into. The other thing too is I make myself available. So I want to do 2 different things with our agents. Okay, I have an open work zone. If you want to come in and have just general questions about Command or any other platform, you can come sit down. Or if you want to do a full tech audit, you want to go through piece by piece what you're spending on, what you're not utilizing in your business, we can go through and dive into that. I really just want to help you guys sell more houses. So sweet. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Jim. All right. In closing, can I get that clicker from you? Thank you. In closing, so the reality is the future is bright. We've got so many different growth strategies that are coming to help support you, make your life easier. Ultimately, what we want to do is help you create a life by design. Okay, that's our ultimate goal. And so that's having a great business, but also a great life and having the balance between those two. I know we've gone over, but I have one more, and it's actually the biggest announcement. I've been saving this the best for last. So give me a drum roll for this one. This is great. One of the greatest values that I've heard people love about KW is that 90% of the time we do lunch every single Tuesday, right? And so we've got Adam from IBEX. Give him a hand as he comes up.